For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
He gonna deal with all flesh. He coming in with fire. Go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many. You better ask somebody. You better read the Bible. Go ahead.
They that sanctify themselves.
Here's some of the people gonna get slayed by the Lord. The ones that sanctified by their own means. Go ahead.
And purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination.
See, they eating swine's flesh. They done away with the law, period. They will not obey the Lord, and they don't think they're going to have to pay for it. Vengeance is his. What's going to happen to them?
And the mouth shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
They're going to be consumed together. Back up to Isaiah 34. Isaiah 34, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. This is going to be a terrible day when the Lord finally take hold of this vengeance that he say belong to him. Isaiah 34 and verse 1. Go ahead. He gonna bring it on the whole world. Go ahead.
Come, near ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people.
He wants you to hear this. Go ahead.
Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
His indignation is upon all nations. Go ahead.
And his fury upon all their armies.
And he's furious with these armies. These armies running around, people dying all over the place. The Lord got some fury for them. Go ahead.
He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
He hath delivered them to the slaughter. But now, we running out of time, so we're going to skip a little bit to save time. What verse you at? Verse 3?
Verse 3.
You go ahead and read that.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved.
See, this is when Jesus come. He gonna come in flame and fire. The sky gonna roll back. That's what he mean. The host of heaven gonna be dissolved. Go ahead.
And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine.
See, he's shaking up the world. Go ahead.
And as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Then he go further, tell you it's like he in heaven shining his sword when he come. He tell you that, but we gonna skip that. Skip down to verse 8 and let's see what he doing when the sky roll back like that. Go ahead.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
That's what day it is, brothers and sisters. It got to come. He said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord.
Right.
It is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and what else?
And the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
And the year of recompenses for the controversy. All the fighting in Jerusalem, he going to pay it back. But now let's go to Revelation, the 6th chapter. Revelation, the 6th chapter. And we're going to come back to Isaiah. So if you quick enough, you can leave your finger in Isaiah because we read the Bible. We're not just talking. So it might sound harsh, but maybe the Lord got a harsh message for you. Revelation 6 and verse 12. Go ahead. 6 and 12.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake.
Great earthquake. This is when Jesus come, what we just read in Isaiah 34. Go ahead.
And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
See, he's shaking up everything. This is a quote from Isaiah. Go ahead.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
See, the sky gonna roll back. Keep reading.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us.
Everybody is running and hiding, but go ahead.
And hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
And from the wrath of the Lamb. Nobody told you the little lamb that let them crucify him coming back in wrath. Go ahead.
For the great day of his wrath is come.
The great day of his wrath. Finally, this vengeance is his. It's coming, y'all. The great day of his wrath is come. Let me ask you, what?
And who shall be able to stand?
Who shall be able to stand? Only the righteous. But let's go further. Let's go to Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24. And we're going to see it again. He said flame and fire. In Thessalonians, he coming with Isaiah 24 and verse 4. Go ahead.
The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
Uh-huh.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
This is the problem with the world. Preachers need to tell people the earth is defiled under our feet. Go ahead.
Because they have transgressed the laws.
Oh, but the preacher can't tell you that because he's telling you don't have to worry about the law. This is the problem. Because they have transgressed the laws and what else?
And changed the ordinance.
Changed the ordinance, what else?
Broken the everlasting covenant.
Broken the everlasting covenant. So what you think? Do you think the Lord going to do something about that? Let's see.
Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
He going to desolate this place, y'all. Go ahead.
Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
The inhabitants going to be burned, and it's going to be a minute amount of men left. See, the Lord promised he wouldn't flood the earth after Noah's time. He said he wouldn't do that, but that showed you he would come back in some destruction. He would not flood the earth again, but he didn't say he won't bring no fire and burn you down to the ground. But see, some people say, well, see, that's that Old Testament, you know, see, he reading out of that. Let's go back to the New Testament in this lesson. 2 Peter 3, and pick it up at verse 10, brother. Go ahead.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Oh, it's going to surprise a lot of people. Go ahead.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with the great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Fervent heat. Why? Because the Lord bringing fire. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Shall be burned up. Go ahead.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Go ahead.
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God.
The coming of the day of the Lord, when what's going to happen?
Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
It's going to be on fire. It's going to be dissolved. Did you finish that verse?
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
With fervent heat. So that show you the Old Testament and New Testament all tell you what Jesus is going to do at his second coming. He's bringing vengeance because vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I hope you got some understanding in Jesus' name.
Live in the Chicagoland area. Join us on Saturdays, the Sabbath day, at 1 p.m. at our location in Gary, Indiana, which is only 20 minutes from the south suburbs. We also have a Wednesday evening service at 7 p.m. If you live in the Los Angeles